If a person is sexually assaulted where the crime took place, that could determine what kind of justice they get. We have a CityNews exclusive investigation now into sex assault stats in the court. Cynthia Mulligan joins us live now. And Cyn, you've been working on this for months now.
I have. So, Mel, these pages, look at them all, detail every single sex assault case that has made its way to the courts in the province over the past 5 years. And I've been crunching these numbers for well over 4 months now. And they show a startling picture of discrepancies, jurisdiction by jurisdiction across the province on how sex assault cases are treated. And for example, in Toronto, the discrepancies are most startling. So they show that more cases are dropped in Toronto than anywhere else in the province, 48%. It also has in Toronto the lowest number, or among the lowest number, of cases that actually go to trial, and the second lowest number of cases that plead guilty. So take a look again at these numbers. In Toronto, 48%, almost half, of all sex assault cases have been withdrawn or stayed since 2012. In other words, dropped. And now look at other jurisdictions. Timmins has the lowest average for dropping sex assault cases at 22%. London and Guelph, 35%. Brampton, 37%. Ottawa has a withdrawal rate of 26%, so almost half of Toronto. So I talked to a former Crown attorney about these findings. If you look at these numbers across the province over the past 5 years, it seems that where someone is sexually assaulted could play a large role in the justice that they receive.
Yes, and that's unacceptable. There should not be geographical limits on the criminal code, because the criminal code applies across the country. Everybody should be treated the same across the country. So when something as important as sexual violence should not be dependent on where they happen to live as to whether the case goes forward or not.
Really interesting numbers that you've come across, Cyn. And how did you even start this process?
Well, it was an alleged sex assault case that really caught my attention, and it was of the young woman who was allegedly sexually assaulted at the College Street bar by the owner and another male, and she was held captive apparently for a while. And I started thinking, okay, what's going to happen to that court case, and what will it look like as it makes its way through the courts? So I started asking the Attorney General's office for these numbers, and they did this big data dump on me, which I was not expecting, because it's really usually very difficult to get these numbers. So the main question that I've also been trying to figure out is why? Like, what is behind this? And there is no easy answer. It's multi-layered, multifaceted. I've been speaking with many people on and off the record, defense lawyers, Crown attorneys, and there are so many different variables that could be behind this. For example, do police lay more charges in Toronto? There's a bigger backlog in Toronto. Perhaps the Crown attorneys are doing more vetting and triaging. Right. So many different possibilities.
Okay, and you're exploring all of this tonight on City News at 5 and 6. And also, if people want to have a look at these numbers, they can.
They can. They can go to our website, citynews.ca, pull them up. We did the largest jurisdictions, pull them up jurisdiction by jurisdiction, and see what it looks like where they live.